Hadassah?
Wake up!
Hadassah, you can't wake her up. She's resting with your father. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you.
Here in one of the luscious gardens in Persia we gather
for the 187th night,
feasting on the choicest morsels King Xerxes can offer.
For the 187th night,
I can't get enough of the food and the wine, and I'm glad for one more opportunity with my friends to explain the riches and wealth of my kingdom.
for the 187th night, the 187th night, the 187th night. Great King Xerxes, tell us his treasures, infinite pleasures from the palace's vault. Every precious item that is in your possession feeds the obsession for the king we exalt.
This one was a present from my grandfather Cyrus. He would inspire us with his relics of old.
Oh!
This one's from the wondrous temple of Bel, when the priest defended and fell, and we captured his statue of gold.
Gold!
Ha-ha!
"3 years you have reigned as king, and we can't help but marvel
For the 187th night,
as we hear accounts of Xerxes in armies and battle.
for the 187th night,
I think of the years and I cannot count the successes that flood to my memory, and I'm joyous that men like you can remember them with me.
For the 187th night, the 187th night, the 187th night. Great King Xerxes, tell us of glories, tales and stories of your glorious reign. One more story, never hurt anyone, and I haven't heard anyone even try to complain.
When the Babylonians tried to rebel and the Egyptians did the same, I was there in defense of my faith. Squelching the rebellion with my army unstoppable, it was merely a game, but it spread my indelible name.
Now, as we've done many times before, we will look to the future.
For the 187th night,
Here on the brink of our next bold conquest, we stand with our leader.
for the 187th night, we will go to war for a year or more, but I know we'll return with a victory when the Greeks are defeated. In this campaign we are planning
For the 187th night, the 187th night, the 187th night. Night, 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 night. For Persia!
Oh, thank you. Oh, we have feasted for 6 months, and when the 6 months was over, we feasted for 7 more days.
The time has passed too quickly.
Yes. And now, in this time, you have seen the riches and wealth of this kingdom. But there is one that you have yet to see, the gem of Persia. Go. Have on. That one.
Where are they going?
Patience, my friend. When they return, you shall see, and your eyes will rejoice.
As the women of the kingdom, we feel we must counter the man. We enjoy ourselves immensely, yet prove we are calmer than them. The 187th Our Queen Vashti is a perfect example again and again. For the 187th night, for the 187th night. Second stanza. For the 187th night. Ladies, for the 187th night. To bed soon. For the 187th night, for the 187th night. No distraction will distract us from banqueting just as we please. For the 187th night. Life of resolution to bask in our comfort and ease. For the 187th night.
I want to be the one. Come on. After this time, just let me.
Come on, let me do this
I'm
one.
the King's Chief Messenger. Hardball.
Come on. Let me do this one. Come on.
If you have a message for me, you may speak it.
Queen Vashti, the king has sent for you.
The king has sent for me.
Yes, and he requests that you wear your royal crown. Get the queen's royal crown.
Is the king happier for one?
Yes, and you should wear your royal robes. Find the robes.
Are all of his friends still with him?
Yes, and you should add a few more jewel-studded rings. Get some rings.
So, the king would like me to dress up and parade
Yes, and some silver anklets would be nice.
Okay.
Lady, thank you, but that will not be necessary. I will not be going before the king this evening.
What? She can't have me.
Ma'am.
I'm going to be killed for
We
this.
could be.
Is there anything else?
My queen, the king has requested this. You must go.
The king's a fool to request such a thing. I will not go. You may leave. King, there are worse things than blood.
But my queen, what will he do?
We will find out soon enough.
So then I said, that's because I walked in the room.
Do you remember?
Yes, he killed the
Last time
woman,
two
yes.
messengers
Hey, we'll
didn't
not
do
this
what
one.
they
You
were
have to
told.
do this one. Come on.
He's coming over here, Ramona.
Where's my
My
wife?
King.
Harbona, where is the queen?
She has refused. She is not coming.
Out! Everyone out! Harbona!
My king.
Go. Get my wise men, the ones that know about the time.
My king, you're who?
My wise men, the council. You know.
I don't. My king, you're
Young
what?
fool. Curse you for your ignorance. Do you not understand when the king speaks plainly to you? Now, go at once.
And you are?
My name is Haman, the son of Hamadatha.
And why do you remain in my presence?
King Xerxes, I am not a rebellious man. I knew that you would be seeking the counsel of your wise men, for it is customary for you to do so at such a time. I only ask that I may stay and observe.
You may stay, but remain silent. Mamakun, I've been publicly humiliated. Queen Vashti has gone against the orders of King Ahasuerus. My orders! Tell me, what should be done to her?
Queen Vashti has done wrong, not only against the king, but against all the men under the king's rule. Unless swift action is taken, the queen's example will be followed by the women of the nobility. There will be no end of disrespect and discord.
Disrespect. That's exactly what this is. Tell me, what do you suggest?
If it pleases the king, let him write a decree, written in laws of Media and Persia, a decree that cannot be reversed, that all women should respect their husbands.
Go on.
Queen Vashti may never again enter into the presence of the king. Her royal position should be given to one who is better than she.
Go. Make sure this is done. The queen's position should be given to another. To one who is better than she. But what other choice do I have? How am I to look at a line of women and see past their smiling facades? And much less know that she won't betray me years down the road. Perhaps when I see her, then I will know.
Hadassah?
Mordecai, I didn't expect you home so soon.
Something came up.
Something came up here, too. Ruth was running through our yard on her way home and scraped herself up pretty well.
You certainly do have a lot of scrapes here.
Most of those are old ones.
I guess that's just part of being young.
Ruth, I bet if you ask Mordecai real nicely, he might tell you one of his stories.
Oh, please, please, a story about King David.
I might know one or two stories about King David.
One or two?
Well, there was this one time King David was getting ready to go fight off his evil enemies, the Philistines. And he asked the Lord, "Will you deliver them into my hands?" And the Lord said, "Go, I will deliver them into your hands." And so
Does
then...
God really talk like that?
Well, maybe something like that. And so, God gave King David a great victory. But not too long after, do you know what happened?
What?
Those stubborn Philistines tried it again. Yes, Hadassah, I must have told you this one before. And so King David prayed again, and the Lord said, "Go, but this time sneak up on them through the trees. And when you hear marching in the tops of the trees, that's when you know it's time to attack."
Who's in the tops of the trees?
Why, use the Lord's army.
God really came and fought the Philistines?
That's right, and King David got to fight right alongside him.
I wish I could fight too, like King David.
You just wait, Ruth. Someday another great king will come from David's line, maybe in your lifetime.
I hope so. Ruth! I'm here, Mama.
Oh, Ruth. My ankles are swollen from wandering around looking for you.
I'm sorry, Mama.
Hello, Kezia. Ruth, how are you both?
My ankles feel fine.
Oh, Mother. You ask her one question and you'll get an entire recitation. I better get these two home before... Oh, Hadassah. I didn't see you there. I'm so sorry, dear. Well, we'd better leave these two alone.
Leave us alone. Sorry for what?
Hadassah,
You mean you don't know? The king's decree. They'll be coming to take you away any minute. A pretty young thing like you.
You don't seem concerned that they're going to take me away.
Who are you talking about?
Hadassah, I'm sorry, but...
About the king's decree.
Now, just a minute. You're going to get the poor girl all worried sick. She'll be fine. After all, she'll probably eat better at the palace than any of us anyway. Especially the way that Kezia cooks.
The palace? Why the palace?
You really haven't heard a word of this, have you? The king has made a decree that all the women in the kingdom, well, all the beautiful women, will be taken, and he's going to choose one to be queen.
Yesterday, Kezia made something for dinner, and I couldn't even tell if it was bread or meat.
Mother!
What happens to the women who don't become queen?
Oh, well, I think they just stay in the palace after that. I'm sorry, dear. We'll miss you, of course.
At least she'll be able to recognize her food.
I'm going to get these two home. Mordecai, you need to talk to that girl. Come on, Ruth.
Goodbye, Ruth. Hadassah,
Mordecai, why didn't you tell me?
I came home to tell you, but I didn't want to say anything while the child was here.
Oh, Mordecai!
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. One edict from the king, and now time is short. I hardly know where to begin.
Mordecai, what do I do?
First, you must tell no one you are a Jew. For your own safety, many people in this land hate us.
I can no longer be a Jew.
and you must leave behind your Hebrew name. From now on, you will be called Esther.
Esther?
Yes, it will be your Hebrew, your Persian name.
Who is this girl? I've never met her. You call her Esther. And how can I learn when I don't know her? Learn how to be her. And how can you calmly tell me my life here is over? And why must I go so quickly? No time to say goodbye. I don't know what this is all about, and I won't know how to begin to behave with the king. I won't know what to do.
When I took you in to be my daughter, I was much younger, and though I'm older now and maybe wiser, I too have questions like, why must you, of all people, be so blessed with beauty, a gift that you did not ask for and could not refuse? I don't know what I can tell you now that you have not already heard, since I've poured my whole life into you. And though much will be said of your hair and your eyes and your skin, please realize that the things on the outside are only important to men, not to God. So take these words as you leave me and hold to them, cling to them now and always, whatever may come. Follow after wisdom. Do not turn to man's foolish ways. Trust the Lord with your heart, and you'll know what to do. Be strong and of good courage, for the Lord our God will be with you wherever you go.
I'll be in charge while you are here today. Your name is Delyard? No, I won't actually remember that. Hundreds of girls to keep track of. Been flooding in here ever since the king... Well, never mind. Your room is across the courtyard in the southwest wing. Your name?
Rhoda?
Okay, you'll be in the Rhoda wing. It's almost full. Your name?
Tara, and this is Delilah and Zabar.
We'd like to request a room together.
North wing, south wing, northeast wing.
Yay, north and northeast. We'll be neighbors. Can we have snacks in our room?
Get out of here. Here, peel this. Your name? And how long will you be staying with us? Oh, that's right, forever. Southwest wing. Enjoy your stay. Your name?
Harbona?
Something's not right about this. Did anyone tell you about the dress code?
Actually, I have been sent from the king to check on the progress of the young ladies who have most recently arrived.
Oh, follow me. Preparation process. We're getting new girls brought in here all the time. The first step, as you can see here, is to saturate the new arrivals in oil of myrrh. This process takes approximately 6 months.
You think you're delicate now. You think you're beautiful now. You think you're elegant now. But wait and see, and when the year is through, when we're all done with you, you'll be brand new.
After the oil of myrrh, we proceed to step 2, perfumes, spices, and cosmetics. The ladies you see here are currently undergoing this phase, which takes roughly another 6 months.
You have no definite clue which spices complement you, but it is evident to the rest of us that when the year is through, when we're all done with you, you'll be brand new. Dubious fate, accommodations are great. And we can say that when they're through with us, in just 1,000 months, we'll be brand new.
Finally, when a girl has completed her full year of treatments, we give her anything she wants to take with her to the palace to meet the king.
All these magnificent things, barrettes and ornament rings, no wonder everyone sings. I can't believe the person now I see. I never thought I'd be a brand new me.
So, women here are all very much the same. Some take a little more perfume, some take a little more spices. But other than that, there's very little difference. Although, there are some exceptions. Like Esther, for example. Over the last year, she's earned herself the nicest room, the choicest food, and I even gave her 7 maidens of her own just to take care of her. And nobody would deny that she deserves it. Everyone likes Esther. In fact, there she is now.
Teach Each expression seems to show that we will never truly know that we're something to somebody. I wish we all could know. Please take some flowers to the ladies in the Southwest Hall and ask Anusha if her ash is clearing up at all. I haven't met you, would you care to join me on the walking path when you're finished with your bed?
Oh, she's coming over here.
Hello, Haggai.
Esther, meet Harbona.
Hello, Harbona.
No, the honor is all mine.
Yeah. Did you have something to tell me?
The women in the southwest wing are nearly suffocating due to the lack of breeze. And do you remember the girl who just arrived from Sardis? The others are mistreating her due to her strange customs.
I'll see what I can do. How about the new girl in Southwest?
Oh, Kiana, have you spoken with her today?
Yes, I have. It's going to take some time for her to get over the man she thought she was going to marry.
Right. Thanks. Do you need someone to show you the exit?
Actually, I was sent from the king to take one of the ladies who was fully prepared to meet the king. Is one ready?
I see. Esther, will you be needing anything to take with you to the palace this evening?
Me?
You.
We should do it here like we had the other night.
More jewels. This is so exciting.
Excited? I'd be terrified. But you'll be terrified. But I would be terrified.
Ladies, wait, please. I will take only what you advise me.
All right. The dress is good. Some sandals and add some rings. Got that? You can wait in my quarters while Esther's made prepare to go.
Hey, guy. If I don't see you again before I go, thank you for everything.
Oh, you're welcome. A remarkable girl.
What other choice do I have? Haggai told me to go, so I have to. But I hate to leave. I was just beginning to feel like myself again, like I had a place here. I was beginning to get so close with a lot of the women, but especially my maids, and others too. Sometimes we'd stay up late and we'd tell each other stories of what we had to leave behind to be here. But now I'm being torn away again. After I meet the king, I'm probably going to have to go live in some other part of the palace with all of his other wives. Unless I'm chosen to be queen. And then I don't know what's going to happen. The king would never be a husband I've always imagined. Can you even get close enough to a king to treat him like a husband? But why am I even thinking about this? There are hundreds of girls here, and only the Lord knows. And I am content with knowing that for now.
Is she ready? I'm not sure. Sharon, is she ready?
Yes, Kiana and Liliana are almost ready with her.
She certainly must have made a good impression. The king only met her last night.
Yes, she's a sweet girl, but I'm afraid
She is no Vashti. I think she may surprise you.
They're ready.
Tell the king.
Right away.
You, what's going on here?
I'm in a hurry.
I mean, besides that.
The king, he's about to make an announcement. The queen, she's ready.
People of Persia, arise and meet your new queen, Queen Esther. Only the king of the greatest kingdom in the world is deserving of a queen as beautiful as you. Precious as gifts of India, rare as the snow in Syria, like the Nile River glorious is this romance. I've always known and yet not quite. I wanted something more, something that I cannot comprehend with just one glance. How did you read this mind, this thought? All I need I cannot afford. Someone with something that cannot be bought. Something to be explored.
Strength like the trees of Lebanon, fame like the ancient Solomon, eyes like the pools of Heshbon, stirring and deep. Can such a king be human too? Seems that the answer lies in you. Everything I see is pointing to wonderful secrets you keep. I can see you have more to give that so many have just ignored. Past the thin surface where few dare to live, something to be explored.
What lies beyond the farthest seas? What joy do desert flowers bring? Who designed the course of ladies so long ago?
What tinge of blue was Adam's sky? What songs do stars of morning sing? What did Moses see on Sinai, making him glow?
How many mysteries yet unknown, be it wisdom or wealth or song, we have the chance to solve one of our own, something to be explored, something to be explored.
My queen?
Harbona!
I just wanted to say, I'm glad you won.
Thank you.
You're so beautiful. What's your nationality?
No. Well, it's complicated, and I'm sure you wouldn't want to hear about it anyways.
Well, I have time now that you're queen.
That's right, young man. Why don't you stop bothering the queen with foolish questions?
Oh, but he wasn't bothering me.
Oh, I know he wasn't bothering you, Queen Esther, but he has important work to be doing, isn't that right? You may leave us now.
Queen Esther, my name is Haman, the son of Hamadatha. I just wanted to be the first to congratulate you. Truly, the king has chosen well.
All this attention is very overwhelming.
You must know your position is one to be envied, to be at the right hand of the king of the entire world.
The king is very generous indeed.
So much power. Sure, it's intoxicating.
Power? I guess I hadn't thought about it much.
Of course, I understand.
You do?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, such a marvelous idea. My queen, tell me what you think of this. I am so excited for this occasion. I think we should make today a holiday. Yes, and to match my excitement for the occasion, I will be giving gifts to all of my nobles, all of my officials, and all those who are in my favor.
A wonderful idea, my king. A queen such as yours is well worth celebrating.
Yes, yes. In fact, why do we wait? Let the celebrations begin!
I will give gifts to my nobles, my officials, and all who are in my favor. Rot. May the king rot.
Yeah, but I hope he gives us our wages first.
For years we lay before the king, standing at the gate, guarding the doorway. Ikana, are you listening? For years the king promised us 2 prime pieces of land as payment for our services. A mere week ago, he turns around and generously divides the land out against the nobles at his banquet. Why?
Because you keep falling asleep at your post?
Shut up.
Sorry, Teresh, you told me to quit bringing that up.
It's injustice, pure injustice.
There's also that time that you let foreign spies into the palace.
Ikana.
Sorry, Teresh, you want me to quit bringing that up too?
Yes, the time for talk is over. There's only one way to deal with a tyrant like King Xerxes. He must be assassinated. Well, do you agree?
I agree.
Okay, now how do we do it? Right to the gate, lady. Okay, put some thought into it already. We have to kill him quickly, quietly.
We're gonna kill him?
Yes.
Teresh.
That's what I've been saying. It's the only way to deal with an unjust king.
Well, I guess you're right.
Of course I am. Now, we have to do it at night. He's all alone.
Oh, let's burn down the palace.
No, we need something simple, quick, effective.
How do we put a tiger in his room?
Where in the world would we get a tiger?
We could use a catapult to come flying through his bedroom window.
Donna.
It wouldn't feed it for a whole day, so it'd be really hungry.
No, listen. We get a knife. Simple. You sneak into the courtyard quietly. You lift me to the lowest branch of the tree by his room. I climb in. I slit his throat. Effective. It's the best way. I'll bring the knife. We'll meet in the courtyard after the evening's watch. Let's go.
Fine. Maybe we could ride away on a tiger?
No.
I really like the tiger idea.
The king is in danger. I must tell Hadassah immediately.
I wonder what happened
Ladies,
to
excuse
Trella.
me. Ladies, excuse me, you
I
must
think
speak
she needs
to
a bath.
Queen Esther for me, ladies. Oh, ladies, excuse me, you must listen to me. My name is Mordecai.
What do you want?
This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Oh. I like to sit beside the gate each evening when nobody knows I'm there. Often I will hear things that are useful later, uttered by the gabby people passing unaware. Take this message to Queen Esther. Tell her that King Xerxes may be murdered in his bed. Teresh and Bigthana were discussing the arrangements, so she should tell her husband if she doesn't want him dead. Go, hurry, thank you.
Ladies, what is it?
When we were gathered with the other women, someone stopped us in our tracks.
He said his name was Mordecai.
He said the king is gonna die 'cause he heard two men plotting as he hid behind their back.
Take this message to King Xerxes. You have information that he surely needs to know. Likely he will have a friendly talk with these assassins, but make sure you give credit to the man who told you so. Quickly, go!
Haman,
Yes?
We need a messenger who's fast and faithful.
I'm the right man for the task.
Mordecai told us and we told Esther. And she said to pass it on 'cause it's important, which is why we've come to ask. Take this message to King Xerxes. His allies have rather sinister intent. Teresh and Bigthana want to slay the king at bedtime. Also, please mention of the man whom you sent.
Dear, oh dear, I must be on my way. My king, it looks like you're alive, and that means I did not arrive too late. Someone by the name of Mordecai reported Teresh and Bigthana have been planning your demise by the front gate.
Well,
Truly.
take this message to Bigthana and Teresh. If they want to kill me, they should learn to do it right. Next time they should have this conversation where it can't be heard. Then they won't get executed like they will tonight.
Friends, welcome.
Good evening, Zeresh.
We came as soon as we received your message.
Yes, Haman insisted we do this tonight.
Yes, you told us what we were called to do, but you didn't say why.
Does this have something to do with the assassination attempt on the king?
Yes, it's true. Haman has received much honor since the king promoted him.
I can only imagine. He's higher than any other noble or official, and everyone he passes bows at his feet.
What a thrill it must be.
It's true, everyone should bow.
Should?
Yes, there is one.
Zeresh! Zeresh! He did it again.
My husband. Your friends are here.
My friends know how to respect the king's top official. Everyone in the kingdom knows that. But that man. No, he's not fit to be called a man. He's a dog. They say his name is Mordecai. They say he is a Jew.
Haman, are we going to kill him?
No! Of course we're going to kill him. And not just him. We'll kill them all.
Who?
The Jews! We will kill Mordecai, yes. But we will also wipe out his entire race. That is why I've asked you all here tonight.
We will now cast the poor to determine on which day of which month the Jews will be destroyed. Let the preparations begin.
Reaxana, Moaya Uber, Reaxana, Moaya Uber, Garmapada,
The 13th day of the 12th month, the month of Adar.
The 13th day of the month of Adar. So be it. What other choice do I have? This is in the best interest of the kingdom. This is Persia! We do not need the Jews, their culture, their language, and their God. Who do they think they are anyway, saying they know the only God? Saying he won't let them bow to anyone else? Mordecai has brought this on himself. He thinks he's above the law. If these people are eradicated from the face of the earth, then it is his fault. I just hope the king agrees to this. He will, the fool. Just have to phrase it right. King Xerxes, no. King Xerxes, no. King Xerxes, after considering this matter carefully, I believe it is not in your best interest to allow these people to remain in this land.
Very good, Haman. Please settle this matter appropriately and pass the wine.
Yes. I hope he agrees quickly so that I can start preparing. I hope I can leave the palace this very day with good news to bring to Zeresh. And I hope the Jews die slowly.
Until then, the Greeks will ride in their boats up towards Persian shores, but then our own ships will come in and I will pop out of the water, slashing up the Greeks. Ha! Ha! Take that! Take that! Oh no! It's Xerxes! Yes, it is I! Tell me, would you like some of my sword? Ha! 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 Ha!
My king?
Moment. Tell me, is there someone in my court?
My king, it is Haman.
Send him in.
King Xerxes!
Haman! Tell me what you think of this plan. So, when a king expounds on his greatness, he must also make great his naval fleet. But my question is, how much larger shall I make it?
My king, I think you have an idea in mind.
Well, all right. I was thinking 70 supply ships and 50 triremes.
50 triremes, my king, so many.
I know, a bit excessive, but a king that would like to remain great must also make great his naval fleet.
Well, this will certainly prove that the world's greatest kingdom is only increasing in might.
Yes, yes. Very good, very good.
King Xerxes, there is another matter of importance that I would like to discuss with you.
Go on.
There is a certain race scattered throughout the land, a race that insists upon causing trouble for the rest of your people. They do not follow our customs. They follow only the laws of one God, a God they call Jehovah.
Well, people worship many gods in Persia.
But these people, under the pretense of following their God, blatantly disobey the commands of the king. I have seen it with my own eyes. And for this, I believe it is not in your best interest to allow these people to remain in this land.
Haman, are you suggesting these people be sent away?
Not exactly. They should be destroyed. A proclamation must be sent telling your people to destroy this race. Young and old, men, women, and children. I personally will donate 10,000 talents of silver for whoever takes care of this business. But it must be done on the 13th day of the month of Adar.
And this is for the better of the people.
Yes, my king.
Haman, keep your money. Here, take my signet ring and do as you see fit.
My king, thank you.
No, thank you.
The ring of King Xerxes is now the ring of Haman, son of Hammedatha, enemy of the Jews.
And then, when we arrive home, the people on the shore will be shouting my name. Xerxes! Xerxes! My hero.
Would you happen to know if I've wandered past here before?
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Never mind. Oh, right there.
13th day of the month of Adar, sealed with the king's own ring? Oh, Lord, my people, my people. Lord, your people, your people.
I wonder what happened to Trella.
Oh, that girl. Look away, Aslan.
Maybe we could give him some perfumes.
Leave him alone and keep walking.
Why, Lord? Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Haman, you are doing this for my sake. You are doing this to all of my people because I will not bow to you. And yet still I will not bow. I will not. God forbid I should justify you. My righteousness I hold fast and will not let it go.
Mordecai, the queen is concerned for you. She has brought you some new clothes.
She says that you need not remain in sackcloth and rags.
Oh Lord, your children, the children of Abraham.
Mordecai?
No, ladies, please, take them. I don't want them. I must remain clothed as I am, a man in mourning. Oh, Lord, you promised Abraham. You told him to count the stars, and so would be the number of his descendants. But here we are. Will you not remember us now? Oh, Lord, please remember my dear Hadassah, the star of Abraham's night sky. A star? A star. Esther? Esther, Hadassah, Esther! Who are you?
My name is Hatak. I'm a messenger of the queen.
Queen Esther?
Yes, she's concerned for you, sir. She needs to find out why you are grieving.
Oh, Hatak, I am glad you have come. It is a desperate hour. I am a Jew, a servant of the one God Jehovah. Oh, don't you see? The Lord, he had his solution in place even before the problem even began. Hatak!
Yes, sir.
This is what I need you to do. All that I'm about to say to you, you must speak to no one except for the queen.
Hatak, did you find the man?
I did.
Tell me.
My queen, he gave me this. On the 13th day of Adar, a certain race of people is to be destroyed. 10,000 talents of silver have been promised to Jehovah carry out this destruction.
That's terrible.
My queen, there's more. The people to be destroyed are Mordecai's people, the Jews.
No, the king wouldn't allow this. No, you don't understand. I'm going to need to communicate with Mordecai further. I'm going to need you to go to him again. But first, I have to tell you something, and you have to promise not to tell another soul.
My queen, I already know.
What?
Your real name is Hadassah. Mordecai told me. And he told me that he was your cousin. This means that you are one of them.
Yes, I am a Jew. Oh, it feels so good to say it. But now it means death. Did my cousin say anything more?
He did, and this may be the most difficult part. He urges you to go before the king and plead for your people.
Before the king? I can't. The queen may only go when she has been called. He can have me killed for this.
So, what message shall I take to Mordecai?
Dearest cousin, do you not know what every servant under the king knows? That anyone who dares to go before the king in his courts without being summoned is put to death, with one exception. If the king holds out his golden scepter, he spares his life. But I've not been called for 30 days, and if I go now, I'll perish.
Oh, Hadassah, do not think that you can escape the plight of your people. And if you choose to remain in the apparent comfort of silence, safe in the palace, then you will die, as will your family, and the Jews will be saved another way. But who knows, maybe you have come to royalty for such a time as this.
Dear Mordecai, and gather all of the Jews in Susa together, and fast for me, and neither eat nor drink for 3 days and nights, and I and my maidens will do the same. And when it's over,
I never knew
who is this girl
when I
you
first
called
called you
her
Esther, what it would cost
think
you.
I know now that she
You had a
has
choice,
found a place,
and if you
has found a calling, a purpose, but still I'm scared. And how I wish I could see you at this crucial moment.
You stand alone in the darkness, Friends.
Mordecai.
Have you any news from the palace?
Yes, please tell us. What
Yes.
have you heard?
From Queen Esther. You would know her better as my cousin Hadassah.
Yes, Hadassah.
Yes, your cousin is there, standing by the king's side in the palace. What has she been doing about this?
Can she help us?
Please, everybody, you don't understand. It is very difficult for her.
Why?
Because if she goes before the king to speak about this matter, she may die.
If she does not go, we will all die.
This is true, Mordecai. On that day, when they come to destroy us, we will fall. We cannot fight back.
If any one of us would fight, the king's men would descend upon us immediately.
Because we'd be defying the king's proclamation.
And we have no money. They have that treasury to give us weapons and armor.
Even if we wanted to fight, we haven't fought in years. We're farmers, tradesmen, scattered,
They
unorganized.
wouldn't sell us any of that weapons and armory.
Because they'd be defying the king's proclamation.
You already said that, Mother.
Different context. It was relevant
Would
again.
you two stop? This is no time to fight amongst ourselves.
What else can we do? If Hadassah does not go before the king, we will all die.
You already said that, Kezia.
That's because it's true.
Ladies.
We're all going to die.
Please, everybody, listen. You act as if we do not have the Lord Almighty as our protector. He is the rock, and we are the children of Jacob. He has always led us, instructed us, and kept us as the apple of his eye. Surely he will protect us now.
Tell us, Mordecai, what message do you bring?
Hadassah, Queen Esther will be fasting for the next 3 days along with her maids. She asks that we do the same. In 3 days, she will go before the king to plead our case. This is why she needs you now. Will you fast and pray with me?
Yes. Baru atah Bashem Adonai Eloheinu Melechem.
In the days of Moses, the Lord said he will protect his people and deliver our enemies to us. If so we be and remain holy, so I beg of you, be holy, for the Lord our God is with us.
Jocelyn, can you please go get some necklaces?
What kind? Just
Just pick a few.
Okay. Come on, Carrie. Help
Thank you. I think we'll add some curls and a few pins. What do you think, my queen?
Whatever you choose is best.
I think that looks about great, right?
Well, I think this one would match her dress better.
It doesn't need to match the dress. I can bring up your eyes as more important.
The king won't be able to see her eyes from far away.
Can you tilt your head a little bit forward, please?
My queen, which do you like?
That one matches my dress.
Here.
Oh, Kiana, you're trembling.
Oh, it's only because we've been fasting for 3 days.
Kiana, one way or another, our fasting will be over soon.
I'd be willing to fast for 3 weeks if it meant you didn't have to go now.
Me too.
Thank you, but I can't put this off another day.
If I may ask, how can you be so
know I shouldn't be calm. I still don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't think at this moment I have the strength to go before the king. But I do know that I can at least stand and take the first step towards the palace.
Still, I don't think I would be as calm as you are.
Can you lift your chin a little more?
I'm much more prepared for this now than I would have been at one time.
Well, what made the difference?
Well, I think it was just being in situations where I had no choice but to be strong. When I was little, I knew in my head where I was supposed to find my courage, but my heart didn't understand until I started facing more difficult times.
Like when you left your cousin to come here?
Yes, that was the most difficult one. I missed him terribly. I learned so much from him. He taught me about God who made the heavens and the earth and that...
The Hebrew God?
Mm-hmm. And he also told me stories about how God protected King David and how God would be my protector too. I guess my cousin had to go through a lot of hardship to understand that so well.
Now maybe you'll understand as well as he does, if you live through this. I think it'll be so romantic if the king decides not to have you killed.
It's okay, Kiana. I understand the risk.
But surely the king will spare your life. At least long enough to hear your request.
I have played the scenario over in my mind so many times. I'd like to believe the king really loves me, but I think he also loved Vashti.
Well, her situation was different. Surely he'll respect a queen who disobeys by coming to him rather than by not coming to him.
There's only one sure way to know.
My queen, I don't give compliments very often, but I want you to know that I admire you. I haven't always, you know.
Thank you, Maheen. I admire all of you. You've all been so brave during this time, and it's helped me a lot. But I have to go now.
My queen, now?
But I'm ready.
For if the worst should happen, you'd be our second queen to lose. We need that one more moment, or we don't know if this is good. Remember all the times we had when I first came here. But I can say that I became what I became here thanks to you and several others too. 100 memories come to mind, and yet I cannot seem to find the words to say. You know them anyway. The time you thought you lost your ring, the time we raced each other to the southwest wing, the time when Haman fell
And broke his goblet thing.
Oh, hey, guy. Oh. We want to help you do this, though we still struggle with your choice.
So the Greeks were defeated at Thermopylae, and I knew that my plan had been justified, despite what some of my advisors had to say.
Now, are these advisors that I would know?
Well, these advisors aren't exactly around anymore.
So, exactly what strategy did they have in mind?
Moment.
Yes, my king?
Who is in my court?
My king, there's no one in the court.
Yes, there's a woman in my...
My king?
Oh, it's... Leave us.
My king?
My dear Queen Esther, what is it that you request? It shall be done even up to half my kingdom.
My king, if it please the king, let the king and Haman come to a banquet that I shall prepare for you today.
Of course. I accept. Moment.
Yes, my king.
Go, fetch him on and tell him that he has been invited to a banquet.
Yes, my king.
Oh, I do love banquets.
I know. Shall I make the preparations?
Yes.
Queen Esther, thank you for inviting me. It's been so long since we've had a chance to talk.
Oh, but I know how busy you and the king have been writing decrees and things.
Yes, yes. It can be quite difficult for one man to rule such a large kingdom. It's always nice to have someone to advise him.
I imagine it is.
Of course, my role continues to be purely advisory in nature.
But I am sure you've been everything the king has ever wanted in an advisor, for you could have never risen to such a position if you were not.
My own merits aside, it is only by the king's grace that I have come to hold such a position.
Granted.
Now, Haman, is it customary for someone who is purely in an advisory role to wear the king's signet ring?
Oh, well, I'm not entirely familiar with what is customary. I only know that it is a great honor and privilege to wear the king's ring.
One that very few have the honor, but there is no one that I would sooner entrust it to.
Thank you, my king.
But I'm sure the ring carries with it some degree of power. Do you ever find it to be intoxicating to any extent?
Actually, I hadn't thought too much about the power associated with it.
Really? Because it's the same seal that's on all the great proclamations that come out of the palace.
Generally, it's just being used to seal the routine, everyday documents that go into running such a large kingdom.
I see.
Yes.
Esther, the wine is exquisite.
Thank you.
And Esther, my dear, tell me, you did not come into my presence just simply to invite me to a banquet. What is it that you request? It shall be done, even up to half my kingdom.
My king, if I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it please the king, let the king and Haman come to a banquet that I shall prepare for you again tomorrow. Then I will tell you.
Well, wonderful. I accept.
As do I.
Then we shall dine again tomorrow.
What a day. Imagine it. Me, the son of Hamadatha, seated at the same table as the king and the queen. Hamadatha never rose to such heights of prestige. Yeah, you.
Oh, sir?
That's right, you sniveling scum. Learn your place in the world. Bow at the feet of Haman.
Please.
Now, get out of my sight. All will bow soon. All will. Jew.
Excuse me.
I hope your Jehovah is satisfied that you are bringing about the destruction of your sorry race. Oh yes, you'll know what you've done. Just look at what you've accomplished with your heroic stand. The blood of the Jews will fill the streets. Your people, men, women, and children, This will be a great sacrifice you are making to your God Jehovah. I'm sure he is very pleased.
I pity the man who strikes against the apple of God's eye.
Wait until I tell Suresh. She always loves it when I tell her about my day. Suresh! Suresh! Where is my wife?
She is here.
Come, all of you. I have something to tell you.
We heard some rumors of...
Just listen!
Haman, you look distraught, old friend.
Distraught? Why should a man like me ever be distraught?
Well, I'm sorry for saying so.
You're looking at one of the wealthiest men in the kingdom. I've managed my resources well. I've raised my sons to be successful.
Yes, of course.
I have achieved a greater status than any other royal official. I have been honored by the king on numerous occasions. And I've even been granted use of the king's own signet ring.
Truly, you are a wonder.
Stop! There is more. Today, the queen approached the royal throne without being summoned. Why would she do this?
You may ask. It is all right.
All right, I'll tell you.
It's not that exciting. She wanted to prepare a banquet for the king and his top advisor!
Oh, Haman, surely not.
Yes, and not just today. The queen has asked me to join them again tomorrow.
A private banquet for three. The king and the queen and Haman.
And yet, this is all nothing! Nothing! It all means nothing to me, and I gain nothing as long as that man, that Jew, Mordecai, as long as I see him sitting by the king's gate. I hate him! I hate him. Suresh?
All the Jews will be destroyed on the 13th day of Adar.
It's too long! I can't wait. I want that man destroyed now!
Yes, you can do this.
But...
Calm yourself, Haman. Go to the king first thing tomorrow morning. Ask him.
Yes?
Build a gallows.
Right.
75 feet high. Your friend will do this for you.
Yes, we would love to help.
And tomorrow, you will ask the king to hang Mordecai upon it.
Mordecai will hang tomorrow?
Yes. And go to sleep.
How can I sleep? I'm too excited. See that the gallows is built right away, tonight. Oh, I can't wait to speak to King Xerxes in the morning. Never has such a gallows been built. 75 feet high. You. What are you doing out here at this time? Answer me! Young fool, speak clearly! Well?
I enjoy taking walks in the quiet hours of the morning, after the dew has set. The stars are the perfect backdrop, but the silhouettes of fronds swing gently in the night air. And if I tarry long enough, the birds begin to alight and whisper to the garden, "Daylight approaches."
Well, you certainly make the garden look uglier for your presence. I am on my way to see the king.
But the king, he won't be up yet!
Idiot! You do not think I know that. I plan on seeing him first thing in the morning. I'm building a gallows 75 feet high, and I'm requesting that he hang that man, Mordecai, before the day is through.
But hang Mordecai?
Stop being so obnoxious! I'd put you up there with him. It wasn't such a waste of my time to think about you. Flowers! Birds!
No!
Ah!
Hot. Oh, I'm so hot. Oh. Ow! Ow! Mosquitoes. Ugh. This isn't working. Moment! Moment, come in here.
Yes, my king?
Can you run around the bed, try to make a breeze?
My king?
Maybe smack some mosquitoes while you're at it. You may begin. Ow! Ow! Okay, stop. 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 This isn't working.
My king, I have been learning some new songs on my harp.
No.
Perhaps.
No. You remember what happened last time. Go, fetch the records. Those always put me to sleep.
Yes, my king.
Ow! Where are you?
I brought the records from the 7th year of your reign as king.
Yes. Good year. Good choice.
The 10th month of the 7th year of the reign of King Xerxes. Day 1, royal holiday proclaimed. Banquet held to honor Queen Esther. Day 2, king returned to the business of managing kingdom. Taxes remitted. Day 3, royal holiday proclaimed. Banquet held to celebrate remission of taxes. Day 4, army officials summarized recent inventory of weapons holdings. Day 5. Mordecai reported attempt by 2 guards to assassinate king. Guards hanged on gallows. Day 6. King met with advisors to discuss purchase of new weapons for army. Day 7. Royal holiday proclaimed. Banquet held to celebrate discussion of new weapons for army.
Wait. Wait. Repeat what you said.
When?
A couple days ago.
Army officials summarized recent inventory of weapons.
No, not that one. It was after that.
King met with advisors to discuss purchase of new weapons for...
No, that was... No, it was the one about the 2 guards getting hanged.
Oh, Day 5. Mordecai reported attempt by 2 guards to assassinate king. Guards hanged on gallows.
Mordecai. Who is this Mordecai?
I don't know much about him, only that he is found sitting by the king's gate. I assume that's where he heard the guards' plans.
Oh. And, well, what was done for this man?
Well, nothing has been done for him.
Nothing? Mahomet. Go, see if there is someone in my court to advise me on how to honor this man.
At this hour?
Go. Shoo.
Yes, my king.
Oh, this will be splendid. I just love a good honoring.
My king.
Ah.
Haman is in the court. Why he has come so early, I have no idea. Apparently, he has something important he wishes to discuss with you.
Never mind that. Send him in.
King Xerxes.
Haman! Tell me, what should I do for a man I would like to honor?
A what?
Well, there is a man that I would like to honor. How should I do this?
Oh, a man that you would like to honor. No doubt a great man, one who has proven his worth to you.
A hero, noble, selfless.
Yeah, I understand. You are having trouble deciding just how to honor such a man for all he has done for you.
Yes. Well, this is a man who has proved he is loyal.
You want to give him the treatment that's royal.
But how do I honor a man that's so worthy of honor that he should be honored?
Okay, for the man the king wishes to honor?
Yes.
Let the royal apparel be brought.
Ah!
The robe that the king himself wears.
Yes, very good. We should be writing this down. Here.
So the royal apparel is brought out, the robe that the king actually wears, and it is used to array this man, the man that you want to honor.
Yes, I see. Now, let me see if I understand what you're saying here. He'll wear my robe, the one that I wear when I sit on my throne, the one with all the velvet on the cuffs and all the opulent foreign material shoulder to floor, and the accents of gems lining the pants. This is a man that the king wants to honor. This is a man that the king wants to honor. That's how you honor a man that's so worthy of honor that he should be honored. Wonderful. Now, something more should be done for this man.
Oh, yes. He should also ride your horse.
My horse?
The mighty steed that the king himself rides, looking its very best and being led by one of your most prestigious noblemen.
Ah, yes. Wonderful. But tell me what we've already gotten written down.
Okay. He'll wear the robe that you wear when you sit on the throne with the velvety cuffs and the hems with the gems and the opulent foreign material shoulder to floor.
And he'll ride a steed with one of my noblemen taking the lead. I'll dress the pin as finest, and the horse will be an Arabian with a tiara that matches its crest, and the flanks will have class with armor of brass. This is a man that the king wants to honor. This is a man that the king wants to honor. That's how you honor a man that's so worthy of honor that he should be honored. Wonderful. Now, what else?
Well, once the man is clothed in your robe and seated on your horse, the nobleman will lead the horse through the streets of the city.
so that his worth may be displayed for the people.
Exactly, and the nobleman must shout as he walks, proclaiming that this is what is done for the man the king wishes to honor.
Oh, this is splendid, splendid. Now, let me see if I have understood you completely.
But first, wouldn't you like to go over the notes we've already taken?
Ah, yes, that's a good idea.
You'll wear the robe that you wear when you sit on the throne.
With the velvety cuffs and the hemless of gems.
And the opulent foreign material showed to the floor.
And he'll ride on a steed, an Arabian horse with a man in the lead, and his finest, of course.
And the horse will be decked with the brass with a class and a crest on its head and tiara to match.
And they'll walk the road, performing a truly spectacular show. And all the crowds of people that they pass will unmistakably know that they're witnessing somebody grand. But in case they can't tell, the noble will yell, "This is the man that the king wants to honor. This is the man that the king wants to honor. That's how you honor a man that's so worthy of honor, that he should be honored." Oh, splendid, splendid. Now, I have an idea. Let's practice. Yes, you be the man that I would like to honor, and I will be the man leading the horse.
Me?
Yes, of course, of course. Now, let's go. This is fun. This is the man that the king wants to honor. Switch!
This is the man that the king wants to honor.
This is the man that the king wants to honor.
This is the man that...
This is
the man that
the king wants
to honor.
This is
the man that
the king wants
to honor.
That's how you honor a man that's so worthy of honor. Now, come on. I'm sure you're wondering just who this man is. The man that I would like to honor.
I think I may have a guess.
Well, take the robe and the horse and do all of these things for Mordecai the Jew. Go and do not miss a single thing that you have suggested for him.
My king?
Go, come on. Oh, this would be wonderful. Oh, now I'll never go to sleep.
Calling Zeresh, their voices, his name. Oh, the man the king wants to honor. Oh, that name. The man who sits by the king's gate. Day and night he sits. He says hello in the morning. He says goodbye at night. If you ever saw him, you would know. He's always there. He must not sleep. No, he doesn't sleep. You know how I know? Because he's always awake. I see him in my dreams. He torments me. He must like it.
Stop it.
I won't stop. You don't know what I've been through. It was like one of my dreams. But it was real. It was real.
Tell me what happened.
I sat on a horse, and I led him through the city. This is the man that the king wants to honor. This is the man that the king wants to honor. And the people shouted his name in my ears. But it was not Haman they shouted. It was Mordecai. Oh. Zeresh.
Yes.
Why am I so cold?
I don't know.
Zeresh.
What is it?
What does all this mean?
Haman, if this Mordecai is a Jew, then this is only the beginning. You will surely continue to fall before him, to your ruin.
Oh, no!
We have come to take Haman to the banquet.
I'm coming!
Haman, you and everyone else has been very uncharacteristically quiet this evening. Is there something on your mind?
No, my king.
Esther, the banquet was lovely once again.
Thank you.
Haman, tell me, how was your walk through the city? I want to hear all about it.
Wonderful. Very wonderful.
All right. Esther, please tell me I cannot wait any longer. No, what is it that you request? And it shall be done, even up to half my kingdom.
My king, let my request be for my life, for my people, for I and my people have been sold to be destroyed. Even if we had just been sold into slavery, I would have held my tongue, for such a matter is not worth distressing the king. But this...
My dear, who is he? Who would do such a thing?
The person you seek is the wicked Haman.
My dear, I will return.
Esther, Queen Esther, you have to help me. You have to save me. I'm begging you, please.
No, get off of me!
Will he even molest my wife while I'm in the house with her?
No.
God! Tell me, what shall be done with such a man?
A banquet?
My king, I happen to know of a gallows.
No.
75 feet high.
It's more like
by Haman's house.
No, it's not.
He built it for Mordecai.
It's just a decoration.
The man who saved you.
Go. Hang him on it.
Xerxes, please. Xerxes!
Wait!
Oh, Xerxes, I knew you would be civil about this.
My ring.
Oh, no. Upon her.
My king.
Please. Oh, no. No. King Xerxes, please! No! No!
Evil infecting my house. Let his estate be taken from him. And let all of his goods be given to Queen Esther.
My king.
Esther. Esther, I'm willing to listen now. Please, tell me everything.
How do I begin? I've held these secrets for so long. I am a Jew. Before I came to the palace, I was told not to reveal my heritage, for the Jews were hated by so many.
Who would instruct you of such a thing?
My cousin, he took me in and raised me after my parents died. And I believe you know who he is.
I do.
Mordecai, son of Yair.
Mordecai, the man that sits by the king's gate.
Yes.
We just honored him. You know what we need to do now?
What?
Mahoman! Mahoman, come here.
Yes, my king?
Go, fetch Mordecai, the man that sits by the king's gate.
Yes, my king.
I want to meet your cousin.
Cousin Mordecai is a man of great principle. I believe Haman had a personal grudge against him.
Haman just led Mordecai through the city. I'm guessing he did not enjoy that very much. Haman, that evil man. It's so hard to find good advisors that don't make evil plans behind your back. What will I do now? It's so hard to find someone who's trustworthy.
My king, Mordecai is here.
Ah, splendid! Mordecai, welcome. I wanted to personally thank you for disarming the attempts of my wayward guards.
Everyone seems to remember that all of a sudden. I had almost forgotten myself.
Mordecai, I would like to give you a gift. Here. This is the king's ring. With it is the position of the king's chief advisor. Take it, and you will be second in command in the kingdom, answering only to me.
Thank you. This is quite a ring.
One of the finest. Now, I believe there is someone that you would like to see. Your cousin.
Yes.
Mordecai!
My dear Hadassah, thank you.
For what?
For doing what was necessary.
Thank you for raising me in such a way that I could. Mordecai, how would you like to take Haman's estate?
Well,
I wouldn't even know what to do with an estate.
Hadassah, we can't think of that yet. There's still work to be done.
What do you mean?
Haman now hangs for his crimes against our people, but the proclamation to destroy the Jews are still in place.
What? Now that Haman is dead, can't the law just be canceled?
It has been sealed with the king's ring. It is a law of the Medes and the Persians. It cannot be reversed.
Our people, what do we do?
Splendid. Oh, such a wonderful occasion. Haman has been hanged. My queen has found her long-lost heritage, and I now have a trustworthy advisor. You know what? We should celebrate. How about a banquet?
Ahasuerus.
Esther.
What is to be done with my people? You have to stop the plans of Haman while he lived. You have to stop the coming attack.
Esther.
Let a law be written to reverse the decree of Haman. For how can I bear the evil that is to come upon my people, my family?
Esther, you have been given Haman's estate and the king's ring. Mordecai, write a law on behalf of the Jews, one that will be sealed with the king's ring. For when the law is done in this way, it shall not be reversed.
Thank you. Thank you, my king. Thank you.
Of course. Mordecai. And move. Once Mordecai is finished with his decree, take it right away and bring it to the scribes.
Yes, my king.
Esther, everything is going to be all right.
Well, I suppose I have a law to write.
If I might make a suggestion, it should start like this. Whereas...
What does that mean exactly?
Well, it means...
We don't know.
I don't know. But trust me, they all start like that.
Okay. Well, let me see what you think of this.
Oh, Mother, where can those men be?
For the second to last time, I don't know.
Second to last time?
I fully expect you to ask me again.
Sometimes you exasperate me.
It keeps you young and me.
I just want to know what's happening out there.
We'll find out soon enough.
But when will they be here?
See? I told you. And I still don't know.
Someone's coming!
It's Simeon!
Oh, Keturah.
Simeon?
What is happening out there?
They came. There was a large number, but we stood up to them. You've been so proud of how we fought.
Bilhan! Dishon!
Are you saying we won?
Yes, and the Jews are continuing to win victories all over the kingdom. I even heard that some of the Persians are turning to the one true God from what has happened.
Oh, praise the Lord for being our protector!
And for placing two of our own people in positions of power.
We should celebrate.
We will, tonight, at the first feast of Purim.
Mordecai, Hadassah! Cursed be Haman! Blessed be Mordecai! Cursed be Vashti, the wife of Haman! Blessed be Esther! Cursed be all idolaters! Blessed be all Israelites! And blessed be Harbona, who is on!
Ah, yes, yes, friends! It would be my honor to host your people at the palace. And in honor of Esther and Mordecai, behold, your first annual Feast of Purim!
Mordecai, Hadassah, you did it! I keep up in shame!
No, the Lord our God, Jehovah, did it.
When their wrath was kindled. the Lord who has loved. Let us be a prey to their teeth. Our souls have flown like a bird from the snare, and the power's snare is broken, and we have escaped. Our hope is in the name of the Lord, who made heaven and earth, who turned mourning into dancing and turned sackcloth into joy. Hey!
What other choice did we have? We could not reverse the decree that had been made, so we wrote another decree that had balanced it. It gave Jews in every city the right to gather together and fight back against any who came to attack them. On the 13th day of the month of Adar, the Jews struck down their attackers with the sword, but did not touch any of their plunder. And when the Jews had rest from their enemies, we established the 14th and 15th days of Adar as days of feasting and rejoicing, to be celebrated each year by giving gifts to one another and to the poor. And because the day of battle had originally been determined by Haman with the casting of the poor, we called the celebration Purim. Purim is to be remembered always among the Jews. Like our festivals, it exists for a specific purpose. For whether we choose to remember them or not, some things will always be true. God will protect his children. God will always be the victor in the end. And God will have his glory. It cannot be taken from him. These things we choose to remember.
Mordecai, I'd wondered where you'd gone.
I'm getting kind of tired. It's been a very eventful day.
It definitely has. You've been doing so much writing lately. Letters, decrees, I can hardly keep track of it all.
Well, someone has to make record of everything that's been going on. It's important, and I'm not sure anyone else in this palace has the same perspective I have.
You do bring your own uniqueness to the palace life.
Well, I guess I'm just a simple man accustomed to simple things.
You're going to have to get used to the grand and glorious things now. I mean, you are second in command in the whole kingdom, after all.
Well, I guess I just don't understand, and really, I don't understand how people envy this and try to get here at all cost.
It's not that bad. Besides, you've always loved sitting by the palace, talking to people, coming in and out, getting glimpses of all the important guests.
Yes, but I've always enjoyed sitting outside the palace watching, almost like someone would enjoy watching birds in a cage.
Watching birds?
You know, there's a lot of flapping around, squawking noisily. It's very entertaining, but never once would you really want to be in there with them.
It's not that bad. It's taken me a while, but I really began to find my place here, and I'm sure you will too.
Yes, I will. But even if I can tell people what to do and wear this big ring and come inside the palace whenever I please, I never want to forget where I came from. So, if you ever need me,
which I probably will,
and if I ever have a little spare time,
which you probably won't,
you know where to find me.
at the gate.
At the gate. Good night, my dear Hadassah.
Good night, cousin.
Thank you. Thank you so much for attending our production of Esther. I hope you had a really good time. There's just a few things I wanted to talk about before you go. First of all, you may have noticed none of my cast is out here with me, and there's a reason for that. We believe that there is only one person that should get all of the credit for what we do here, and that one being is the one true God. We want to make sure that every ounce of credit for what happens on stage goes right back up to him, because we couldn't have done anything that we do here without him, and he is the center of all that we do. So much so that we have been feeling lately, you might have noticed, if you've come to a Tag production in the past, you might have noticed a little name change. So we used to be Tag Skit Group. We are actually feeling called to start a Christian theater company in the Eau Claire area. So we would hopefully have a full theater season each year and do full-length play productions. So I hope that's all right with you. Thank you. But throughout the past 3 months of doing this show, we actually studied the book of Esther and studied the Persian people, and we learned a lot. And something that we found out is that if you approach Esther's story not from the fact that she was brave, but from the fact that she was frightened, you learn a whole different side of her. You learn something very, very beautiful, and that is God was her strength and bravery. That didn't come from inside her, that came from the Lord and her reliance on him, because she was terrified, just like we were terrified to perform today, and we have been this whole week, but that's God working in us. Backstage, we have people who deal with anxiety and depression. We have people who have been suicidal in the past in our cast. We also have 3 different people in our cast who have struggled with chronic illnesses, and every single one of them relies on God for their strength, and that is the reason we are here. That last Jewish scene where we're dancing and praising God, that is real. That is real praise and worship that's happening on stage, because praise the Lord, we made it to the end of another show. So I pray that same heart of worship can go with you as you leave today. But thank you so much for coming. We hope you enjoyed it. God bless.